Hello guys, today we are not gonna rate music. I am gonna share some unpopular opinions about K-pop. As usual, I want to remind you to not dox me and to understand that I am not attacking your faves if I am expressing a negative opinion about them. I don't hate or dislike anyone, so please don't take this video in the wrong way. Before starting with the video, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe. I am a small channel and every type of support is very appreciated. Having said that, are we ready? Let's go. So, I feel like this opinion needs some further explanations. I want to put out that I like Itsy a lot and I am not a hater at all. I love Cheshire, but we can't deny reality. Itsy does not have the same influence that it used to have. Before you Delulu stans pull off album sales as a meter of measurement, we can look at different data that support what I am saying: streams, Spotify monthly listeners, and YouTube views, just to give some examples. Look at this picture of their Spotify page. Cheshire, which was released at the end of November, barely has 50 million streams. Sneakers, that was released in July of last year, don't even reach 70 streams views and they have 6 million monthly listeners. These numbers pale if we compare them to the groups that are topping the chart lately. I don't want to be that kind of annoying K-pop stan that only talks about streams, but if we want to be real, those numbers do not lie. Now, can they go back to being relevant like they used to be with their next comebacks? Yes. Are they still one of the most popular groups of the fourth generation? Yes, of course, but I always giggle a little when I read comments along the line of Itsy fourth gen leader, because both you and I know that, at least today, they are not in that position. Like at all. This thing especially bothers me. I read discussions where K-pop stans try to elect the fourth gen leader or the fourth gen holy trinity. K-pop is very different from what it used to be. We can tell the holy trinity of the third and second generations. No one sane would deny, for example, that the most popular girl groups of the third generation are Blackpink, Twice, and Red Velvet. Can we say the same about the fourth gen? Absolutely not. The answer will vary, depending on the person you ask the question to and also when you ask the question. 1-2 years ago, a lot of groups that today we would consider the leaders of this generation, for example, IVE, New Jeans, Le Seraphim, 50/50, didn't even debut. A lot of groups that back then we would have considered fourth-gen leaders now lost relevance. As I said earlier, the K-pop industry is way different than before. We have new groups debuting every month, and one day you are the new big thing, and the next day no one cares about you. We have to accept that the concept of a generation leader is outdated and doesn't make sense nowadays. I cannot tell you how many tweets I saw in the past months where people compared Spotify monthly listeners and said that New Jeans and 50/50 outdid Blackpink. I can't with y'all, just because for a short period of time, because of a viral song, a group gains a lot of popularity, that does not mean that they are more famous than Blackpink. I don't see those groups at Coachella. Blackpink managed to sustain their fame throughout many years, having very few comebacks. I am not saying that the groups I mentioned before or other groups won't outdo Blackpink in the future. I am convinced that New Jeans have a bright future ahead of them, but now this is too soon to affirm such things. Please don't be delusional. If you watched my last video, you know that I didn't particularly like Unforgiven. I think that the chorus is boring and Eugen's rap feels a little out of place. I also said that the choreography looked fun, but I was wrong, like very wrong. I watched the full performance and to be honest, the choreography has some awkward moves that make the whole thing looks very goofy. The album had some cute B-sides though. If you want to know my detailed opinion about this comeback, watch my previous video. If you don't know what a dozen is, being a dozen means that you aren't good at anything either, vocal or dance or rap or stage presence. I am not here to name names you know, but you just have to look around. A lot of idols debut just because they have a pretty face. Now, I don't have anything against these idols. I mean, they get that bag without being good at anything. I also acknowledge the importance of visuals in the music industry, but I feel like a lot of these idols would just need a little more training to, at least, be decent at something. Let me explain. I see all over Twitter and TikTok, K-pop stans attacking idols that they don't like over problematic things they did. But they are ready to completely ignore and turn a blind eye to fucked up things that their faves did. Of course, I think that we should have a serious discussion of every form of discrimination that is upheld in the industry. But I am convinced that 95% of the people that every day make these kinds of posts and videos do not care at all. They just like to shit on people and create drama, and they forget to have the same energy when their faves are involved. Do I even need to explain this one? Even if you are a boy group stan, you cannot deny that girl groups are dominating the industry nowadays. I cannot name more than 5 relevant boy groups. I know a lot of people complained about their ages when they first announced the members, but it seems like everyone just kinda got over this thing very fast. How the hell has YG decided to debut a group with 6 minors and with a member born in 2009? I thought that NewJeans was problematic in this aspect, but YG was able to do even worse. When I look at their ages, I feel old. The only acceptable members are Ruka, that was born in 2002, and, with a big stretch, Farida, that was born in 2005. And those two people are the oldest members of the group. A person born in 2005 should be at least in the maiden line, and Farida is one of the oldest members of Baby Monster. This is not only problematic because you are exposing young girls to a brutal industry, but it makes the idea of stunning them a little weird to a lot of older K-pop stans. At least they chose the name of the group right, because they are actual babies. Okay, that's it. I am really curious to hear your thoughts about these unpopular opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I remind you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Bye bye.